Elon Musk just received nightmare news because the war between the US and Iran has started, and that is going to destroy SpaceX valuation. Now, at first, that doesn't seem like a big deal. What exactly SpaceX has to do with the war in Iran? But the fact that this war has restarted will make SpaceX IPO insanely bad. We already had a problem with that IPO because Elon Musk is trying to achieve maximum valuation, an insane valuation, I would say. I've told you multiple times that it's going to be a catastrophe and not a single sane investor is going to buy that stock. But let me tell you how the Iran war is going to make the situation a lot worse. So this is the news that we have right now. Iran launches missiles at Israel in response to strikes on Beirut. So there's supposed to be a peace deal between US, Iran, and Israel, but apparently that's not happening. They completely terminated all the negotiations because Israel attacked Lebanon, and because Israel attacked Lebanon, Iran retaliated, and now everything is in a huge mess, and it seems like we're farther from peace than we have ever been. And now Trump is saying to Netanyahu that not to retaliate against Iran because we still want to make that peace deal, because if the US is not going to make that peace deal, it is going to turn into a disaster. First of all, it's going to damage the US economy significantly. Secondly, this is the worst news that Elon could possibly get. Let me explain how. So SpaceX has to justify their valuation based on future earnings. If you look at the face value of SpaceX today, there is no way you can justify $2 trillion valuation. Let me tell you more than that. There is no way to justify a $200 billion valuation because last year they made less than $20 billion. So if we give them like a 10 times the revenue, that is still less than $200 billion. And yet we have to justify a 200 times valuation, like a $2 trillion valuation. And that is only possible based on our expectations and the forecast on how much the company is going to earn. So imagine, let's go before the war, before this war started. Let's assume that they justified the valuation and they're saying that, okay, SpaceX will generate $500 billion 4 years from now or 5 years from now, which makes sense to pay for SpaceX today $2 trillion. But here's the question. There's something that is called inflation, and there is a concept in economics known as a dollar today worth than a dollar tomorrow. So the dollars that you have in your pocket today worth more today than they worth next year. Because of inflation, your dollars will worth a lot less. Imagine you saved $100,000 in your bank account right now. Now, 1 year later, that $100,000, even though that it's still the exact same $100,000, can buy less things because its value has evaporated due to inflation. So when the war with Iran is restarting, and that is causing more inflation because it will 100%, it has already caused like an almost 4% inflation. What does that do to the future earnings of SpaceX? Suddenly, even if we take the thesis that they presented to us, even if we assume that SpaceX will actually generate $500 billion because the war has started and it's spiking inflation, that $500 billion today worth a lot less. Suddenly, that thesis they presented to us saying that this is why SpaceX worth $2 trillion is no longer working based on their own analysis. Now they have to come out and say that no, SpaceX won't be making $500 billion. SpaceX will be making $1 trillion by 2029. Then probably they will justify that. So if you look at SpaceX purely from a space business, it makes no sense. They're trying to justify that because they're trying to do that with AI. If you take all the rockets that SpaceX sends and you take all the potential revenue, that's impossible for them to do that. But the moment you put AI on the top of that and you see how much demand there is, like you build the data centers, you can offer Grok subscription, you can directly compete with Google and Anthropic on the AI services, and you can integrate ads there, and suddenly on paper it's entirely possible for SpaceX to be making hundreds of billions of dollars sometime in the future. But now the valuation of those hundreds of billions of dollars in the future today becomes a lot less value. And that's, by the way, a problem why it's so difficult to go public for companies. The moment you go public, now you have to present your earnings to the investors, to the public. Everybody will have access to your filings. Everybody will have access to your revenues. And now they can do simple math and tell you, listen, your valuation makes no sense, so I'm selling your stock. When I'm selling your stock, your valuation goes down even farther. So here's what Iran does. Iran, first of all, limits that with the inflation, but there is also risks. Now, War means that economy is going to slow down. Inflation means that the economy will slow down, which means that we are less likely to achieve that $500 billion valuation. So the risks to achieve that business goal is a lot higher, which means that either I have to receive a higher return or I'm not making that investment. Or maybe you have to go down with your valuation. Let me give you a very simple example. If you look at this graph, you will realize or you will understand what exactly am I talking about. Suppose SpaceX will make $200 billion. So at 8% discounted rate would say that $200 billion worth, let's say, $220 billion after the 8% discounted rate. Now, because the war has intensified and the war has restarted and the strait is now closed, that means that there is going to be a shortage of oil in the market, which means that inflation is going to rise, which means that there is going to be higher insurance prices. Because of all of that, the discounted rate is instantly going to rise. So the more your discounted rate is going to rise, the less your $220 billion is going to worth. So it all depends on how much the war is going to intensify. And that's why restarting this war instantly is going to increase the discounted rate, which is going to drop the real valuation of the business. Do you see what kind of a problem that it presents for SpaceX? Now, here's another thing to pay attention to. In this kind of situations, investors usually flood to safe havens. So if you look at the market right now, you have two types of assets. On one side, you have traditional safe investments. So if you look at the US government bonds, these are very safe investments. If you look at the big tech companies that have been there for a while, they have proven track record. And you know that by investing in a company such as Google, Apple, or Microsoft, just because there is a war, people they won't stop using Google. They won't stop buying iPhones. So we call them really, really safe assets. On the other side, you have these startups, like a new business that has not proven itself yet. There is a good potential behind that business, but we don't know that's going to happen or not. So during peace times, when everything is good, when people are living in peace periods, they're more likely to invest in risky investments. But the moment there is a war, there is a crisis, people are like, I gotta preserve my wealth first. So they would invest in a very safe investment. And that's why you see, for example, the price of Bitcoin during a peacetime rises, and then when there is a war and a crisis, the price of Bitcoin falls. Because Bitcoin in the market is essentially treated the way we treat very risky investments. And in this case, with this type of valuation, SpaceX is considered to be a very risky investment. Let's look at these two companies and imagine you're an investor and imagine you have $1 billion and you're thinking, where should I invest my money? Now there is a war and this war will kind of has the potential to put the US economy into a recession. And your job is not just to maximize your returns, but most importantly, preserve your wealth. So you look at these two investments and these are your options. SpaceX, $1.8 trillion. Last year, they made $18 billion. The net profit was negative $5 billion. Net margin was negative 27%. On the other side, you have a very safe investment, which is called Google. Yes, its valuation is like $4.5 trillion, but let's look at the revenue. Last year, $400 billion. Net profit, $120 billion. Net margin, 30%. So by investing your money in Google, you know that your investments are much safer. Now, here's an interesting thing that even if this war intensifies, because Google has already a proven business model, which is their search engine, they will still be making hundreds of billions of dollars. Their profit margins will be way above $100 billion. But if this crisis intensifies, then the chances that SpaceX will go into profitability anytime soon instantly goes down. Do you see how the war in Iran suddenly changes the dynamic for SpaceX, which is another reason why most likely that stock is going to tank very quickly after it goes public? So SpaceX is trying to raise money at maximum valuation. This is where the real problem is. Like SpaceX isn't trying to say that we are going to go public at the valuation that we have right now based on our potential earnings like next year or 2 years from now. But no, that's not what we do. Our goal is that, you see our revenue, $500 billion? We want to raise money at that, as if we are already making $500 billion. So we are going to the peak. And that's the question, or that's the concern that is actually investors is raising right now. So here's the problem. The AI is slowing down. We've seen multiple CEOs claiming that they will not be using AI as they did in the past. They will be scaling down on that. We have CEOs of AI companies saying that, yes, we have to slow down. And then plus the war in Iran, and that's a nightmare for SpaceX. In fact, SpaceX merged with xAI at the end of this January. So I would assume that they were planning to go public by February or March. But because the war started like on 28th of February, they postponed that because they did not want to go public during the war, knowing that war is going to drop down their valuations. And now suddenly, the moment they want to go public, which is literally in a week from now or so, the war restarts with Iran, which crushes their valuation. Because we don't know how long this war is going to last, this is what investors are thinking right now. If the war continues, valuation will keep growing. So why would I buy now at such high valuation when the valuation is going to drop a few months from now and I can buy it at a significantly cheaper price? SpaceX is definitely one of the most innovative companies in the world, and there is a good potential with SpaceX, but it's very, very important to buy SpaceX at the right time, not when it goes public. So if you want to know what is that best time to buy SpaceX, and you want to know when exactly I will be buying SpaceX, I will be posting that on the Investing Academy. The link to the Investing Academy is available right below this video. So check out the description of this video and join the Investing Academy.